Hi guys, and welcome back to Let's Play Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. We finished this level. Entrusted. We won, somehow. It's because you did an excellent job of driving off the ravens. Yeah, if we had continued to fight them, we would have suffered more casualties than this. I must extend thanks to Ryson. My Lord Ike, I'm pleased to see you well. You haven't been injured, have you? Princess Olympia, I'm fine. I'm unharmed. Oh, that's good. Ike, may I have a word? And if you don't mind, Princess Olympia, would you join us as well? Please join me in that building. What could it be? Let's go see. I wonder. This is holy. Incredible, no? It's gold, all of it. The hand must be filthy rich. There's so much it doesn't even seem real. What do we do with it? It's spoils of war, so naturally it's ours. In that case, I'd like to borrow 50,000. Would that be alright? That's a lot of money. What are you planning on doing? It's a private matter. I apologize, Commander. You're not a child. There's no reason for me to pry. My Lord Ike, please use this gold for the mercenary company. Till now, I haven't had the resources to adequately pay them, so please. No, if I may borrow the 50,000, that will be more than... You won't borrow it. You'll accept it, and in good faith. The remainder will give to Soren for company maintenance. Would that be alright, Princess Valencia? Yes, of course. Sweet money! Grrr! General Petrine, please, General. I'm just a messenger. However, I have to tell you. I already heard you, Dunderhead. I hated those filthy crows right from the start. Even so, to be betrayed in such a fashion, someone will pay for this. Oh, you certainly had your way with us, didn't you, King Kilvis? But if you want to make an enemy of Dahan, then so be it. Once Gali is fallen, we'll turn our attention to your punny nation and wipe it off the face of the world. Why are you still there? Do you find me amusing? Shall I make my lance dance for you? No, ma'am, never, no, not at all. I beg your pardon. So sorry. I'll be going now. Dog's breath. I need something. Brilliant plan. If this continues much longer, the king will have my head. Ooh, somebody's not happy. You wanted to see me. You've waited a long time. Take this. It's the gold you were promised. Finally scraped it together, eh? I'll gladly accept it. Aren't you going to count it? There's no need. I'll trust you. Alright, then. I'll take what was promised. The report you wrote for my father. There isn't one. What? There is no report. Never was. You lied to me. You exploited my need to know more about my father. There is something I must tell you, however. It could not be written down. It is too great of a secret for that. Your father told me to wait until I thought you were mature enough to hear it, and then to tell you myself. Mature? Then what was the 50,000 gold for? Ah, the gold. That was my idea. I thought it would be a good way to test how resourceful and responsible you were. Get started. I want to hear it all. I spent a long time as Grail's hired shadow. A long time. I remained hidden from sight in case the day ever arrived that I needed to fulfill my contract. All that time. For one job. What was it? If Grail were ever to go berserk, I was to stop him. I was to take his life. What? Actually, there was one other thing. If Grail were ever slain by his pursuers, I was to watch over his son and tell him Grail's secret at an appropriate time. That was my job. Berserk? What are you talking about? Why would you have to kill my father? Because of Leyran's medallion. Leyran's. Whatever. What medallion? What are you talking about? The medallion your sister carries. Huh? That old bronze thing? I thought it was just keepsake of my mother's. Are you telling me that it's something more? Grail told me it was an object of great peril, but nothing more. I did some investigating on my own, though. And what I discovered surprised me. Tell me. Leyran was one of the Heron clan, an ancestor of our Prince Ryson, who carried with him a bronze medallion. Long ago, a band of heroes defeated an evil god and imprisoned it therein. An evil god? Do you think this is funny? Are you joking? Aren't you? You are joking, aren't you? Unfortunately, I'm not, and I have no idea how the cursed thing came to be in Grail's possession. That being said, I do know that the men who hunted your father were actually seeking the medallion. Why they wanted it and what they planned to do with it, just thinking about it gives me chills. I'm finding all of this a little hard to believe. You said the medallion was an object of great peril, didn't you? Then why would my father allow Miss to carry it around? That doesn't make any sense. It's because she can carry it safely. Actually, she's the only one who can. If you want proof, think back. Have you ever once touched it? No, I haven't. A long time ago, I remember reaching out for it while Miss had it in her hand. My father scolded me harshly. After that, I assumed it was my sister's alone, and I never reached for it again. Compared to other people, the balance within your sister is extremely strong. Your mother, it seems, was the same, and that's why they could bear it safely. The medallion is like a strong poison. It takes the worst aspects of a person and magnifies them 1,000-fold. Grail touched it only once, and it drove him to complete madness. So that's what you mean when you said he went berserk. That's right. Bjork and Laguz are made up of two forces, balance and chaos. In this, there is no difference between us. It is the proportion of balance to chaos that determines how much the medallion affects a person. In that sense, it predicts how much harm that person might do. Interesting, so now we know. Your father was one of the preeminent swordsmen of his generation. That day, after he touched the medallion, 20 soldiers had come for him, 20 highly trained killers. Your father barely broke a sweat cutting them down. Then he began attacking his neighbors, those who had taken him in, concealed his identity, and called him friend. He slew them one by one until your mother rushed in, thinking only to save her husband from himself. It was over in an instant. Your mother grabbed the medallion from his hand and stepped away from him. They say she smiled as he pulled his sword from her breast and forgave him as her life's blood spilled into the street. My father killed my mother? No, that can't be. It was the medallion. Its power is too great for any man, even one of your father's caliber. Me? You? If either of us touched it, I'm certain that we both would have been consumed by madness. When your father regained his senses, he tracked me down. It seemed he'd heard rumors of me some time before. He said he had need of someone like me, closed-mouthed, skilled, and most importantly, willing to do any sort of work. Of course, after hearing what he wanted me to do, I turned him down. Grail was once a famed general. He was Sir Gawain, one of Dahin's 4 riders, and I recognized him at once. There was no chance someone like me would ever be able to stop him, but you took the job anyway. Why did you change your mind? Grail had lost his wife, and his grief was overpowering. To keep anything like that from happening again, he crippled himself. He slashed the tendons in his sword hand so that he could not wield the sword again. I took the job only because he had become someone my skill could handle, and even then he was still far stronger than most men. I don't know what to say. Wow. That is Grail's secret as I know it. I now entrust you to the responsibility of seeing that the medallion does not fall into the wrong hands. Your sister must keep it. As my father lay dying, he told me to forget everything and live in peace. What did he mean? He didn't want you to lose yourself and go hunting for revenge, I suppose. He was killed much sooner than he ever expected to be. So my father's dying wish was for me to protect the medallion? If I can do that, everything will be alright? I believe so. At the very least, that must take precedence over everything else. I understand. One last thing. What is it? Do you want to hire me? In the event that you go berserk someday? If we make a deal now, you won't have to worry about it anymore. As for payment, I can take it out of the 50,000 you just gave me. What do you say? Let's do it! Please. That's a wise decision, and in that case, I no longer need to conceal my true identity. Huh? Alright! This is why you wanted him to be max level. To get the most possible stat growth you could out of him before he class changed. These two assassins! Sweet! Nice. I'm not really a thief. I'm an assassin. From now on, I'll take on any job you've got, no matter how dirty. Mother, father, oh why? Alright, time to save the game. Booyah! Interested. Cleared! Kingdom of Dan lies in the northernmost edge of Teleus. Its coastline is bathed in icy current of the northern sea, and frigid winds howl inland with terrible ferocity. As a result, the Hin winters are raw and brutal. Ice and snow scour the land, leaving frozen scars in their wake. Though these blizzards, General Ike and the Crimean army press ever forward. Binion's Imperial Senate may have lent Crimean troops, but even they doubt that the army can successfully fight off Danon. Yet somehow, Ike and company defy all odds and capture victory after victory. Embracing both Prince Alencia's dream of liberating Crimea and tragic history of his parents, Ike marches in grim silence. That's it for this episode, guys. Continue on this next time. Bye.